just want to make this really short. I'm going to try really hard not to be long-winded here. Fawn, Uncompromised Wellness Vlog. Welcome. Thank you for joining me. Fawn, what do you eat? Everybody asks me that. What do you eat? I've had people look at my food and write down what I'm eating and say, I want to just emulate what you eat. And I'm going to tell you that's not your solution. I'm not a doctor. I'm not giving you medical advice. I'm asking you to become the expert on you and your body. And I'm just going to share a little bit about me and mine. That's all. I am going to answer the question, Fawn, what do you eat? I'm going to tell you my number one tip. And I want to kind of tell you it doesn't even matter. It matters. What you eat matters. Whew, don't get me wrong. Look up Dr. Mark Hyman, Aging Backwards. No, it's called Young Forever, Dr. Mark Hyman. I really dig the dude. He talks about phytonutrients and a bunch of stuff. Anyhow, his work is pretty stellar and it's working for him. If you really want to nerd out, go nerd out on his stuff. That's my recommendation. But in terms of picking your fad diet, keto, paleo, vegetarian, vegan, carnivore is now a new fad diet. I lean towards carnivore now, but I spent most of my life leaning towards vegan and vegetarian. So go figure. I'm just going to tell you right now, it doesn't matter which one you pick right now. Just pick one, because all of them are going to require that you omit poisonous foods from your diet. And when you stop eating crap, your body is going to respond positively. That's why everybody is so emboldened, running around passionately, bragging about their new diet plan, because it works. It works. There are long-term ramifications to the omission of things that are good for you. That's where the problem comes in. Vegan and vegetarian, I could not develop muscles the way I do when I eat animal proteins. And muscles are critical for immunity. So I had to change my thinking and I had to do different research, and you can find people to support whichever direction you go. I could be wrong. Okay, when we all die, let our bodies be test subjects and let somebody else figure it out. In the meantime, just cut the junk out. So you're going to decrease the poison that you're ingesting, and you're going to increase the medicine. And real foods are designed to tell your body what to do. You have this impeccable system, this impeccable design, and foods turn it on and off. Okay, so look at the Dirty Dozen list and pick the organics that need to be organics. I think I'm a huge supporter of berries. Eat berries, they got to be organic. Healthy fats. Okay, not these seed oils, healthy fats. Do your research on healthy fats. I am a huge supporter of tallow, beef tallow, unsalted, grass-fed, grass-finished butter, and extra virgin olive oil. Yeah, I like an avocado. My body loves an avocado sometimes. Sometimes it doesn't. I only eat it when I want it because I figure my body knows what it's talking about. No processed sugars, no fake sugars. Get rid of that crap. If I'm going to do an added sweetener, it is honey, 100% pure maple syrup, or I just eat dates. If I'm having a sweet tooth, I eat a date, okay? I do 1 or 2 dates maximum a day. Grass-fed, grass-finished, regenerative, farmed meats, organic meats, pasture-raised eggs, okay? Those are the things that I am consuming. I like a good onion. I like a good garlic, okay? So I do throw those in often. Saute up some onions and throw them on top of some steak. It's delicious. I don't do starches. I'm not doing potatoes, and I avoid inflammatory foods. Again, pick whichever diet you want. You're going to see an immediate impact. And when your brain fog clears because you've stopped poisoning your brain, use that time to do solid research. If you are on an omission diet like autoimmune protocol, you slowly reintroduce things that may or may not be inflammatory and see how your body responds, okay? Or go get tested, get your GI mapping or your allergy testing and figure it out. But for now, there's no excuse. Just pick one and stop eating crap. You know what it is. Here is my number one tip. If I have a theory or a tip at all, if I could make a recommendation, not doing it because I'm not a doctor, but this is what it would be. Control at minimum 90% of what you consume. And I would say 99.9% because quite frankly, I don't think this is a rule for every day. I mean, in your lifetime. So 100% of the time, almost every day, I am controlling 100% of what's put in my mouth. I'm preparing my own food. Do not let anybody else cook it for you. I don't care if it's a vegan restaurant, vegetarian. You can't control what oils they're using, what kind of sodium they're putting in there, what levels. You can't control any of that. I am a salt and pepper girl. That's it. I use Himalayan pink salt and cracked pepper. That's it. So you don't want people throwing seed oils and weird crap in your food. I mean, right now, if I even thought about Chinese, I swear to you, my ankles would swell up. And I loved a good Chinese takeout before, but like I can taste it on my tongue to think about it now. You're not going to miss these foods. Your body is not going to miss these foods. Cook 100% of what's in front of you. The reason why I said 90% and do a 90 to 90-10 rule is just to give yourself some grace, man, because there's times when I do go out with a girlfriend or something for dinner, and I don't want to be like beating myself up over what I'm eating. I can tell when I walk away, boy, man, whatever they used in that chicken, that grilled chicken, is making me sick. But I don't want to beat myself up over it. Am I going to sit down and have a pizza every now and then? Abso-freaking-lutely. I do, okay? I do eat the things that I shouldn't and are going to make me sick at maximum 10% of the time. Not even once a week am I doing that. If I'm being completely honest, not even once a week. Maybe not even once a month. So it's just somebody buys you lunch, you just eat it, right? As long as you are controlling at minimum 90% of what you're consuming, you're going to still do better than if you weren't doing that at all. This is not an excuse to go buy yourself a bag of Doritos. Like, this is not what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about cheap foods. I'm not talking about, well, I ate 90% good today, so I'm going to go get myself Ben & Jerry's. That's not what I'm talking about. Like, control what you're putting in your trap, so that when, surprise, somebody shows up with birthday cake, you don't have to say, ooh, I don't eat that, right? Because it's been 3 to 6 months since you've had sugar. Take a little piece, I don't care, but just know every time you consume junk, you're actually doing harm to your body. So as often as you possibly can, control absolutely all of what you're putting in your mouth. And I have it up here, 90-10 rule. I'm going to change it because as I'm talking it out with you guys, I'm like, that's not going in the book because I know how you people are. You're going to use it as an excuse to eat crap 10% of your day. That's not what I'm talking about here. We need to come up with a new way to define that. Yeah. So I'm going to work on that. Here's my new rule. 100% of the time, control what's in your mouth. Control what you're eating.